if you guys are getting into training, any type of fitness or bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, any type of exertion like that, you guys are going to need, of course, a gym bag. And what kind of gym bag I just use? I just use a regular gym bag, guys. It's nothing, no, I don't know, I don't get an Alpha Elite gym bag, or, I mean, no disregarding those products. They're all pretty much good products, but again, you're going to pay a lot more money for, you know, anywhere from the Gymsharks to Alpha Elite to any other brands. Not to saying that those brands aren't bad, not to saying those YouTubers are bad or anything like that, because those products are also great as well. I have a couple Alpha Elite shirts and a couple of Pump Chaser shirts. I mean, I have them here and there. I have a couple of Mark Lobliner shirts that I get when I used to order stuff. So there's nothing wrong with those brands. It's just I would much rather spend, you know, $20 to $30 as opposed to on this Adidas bag, as opposed to like an $80 or $100 bag from Mutant Nation or something. So you don't have to get those. Okay, if you like them, go get them. You know, there's nothing wrong with those products. But again, I just stick to, if you go to TJ Maxx or go to any Adidas store or an outlet store, it's $50. No, excuse me, like $20 for this fucking bag, and it's really nice. So now what you're basically going to be bringing to the gym every day, what I bring is a belt, of course. This is the belt that I'm using right now. You've probably seen it in a couple of my videos. This is called the Valio belt. This is really cheap belt, because it's just, you know, it's more of like a leather wrap belt. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's called Valio. It's really good. It holds on to you really tight. Of course, it's a prong belt, and what a prong belt is, it's these little prongs right here, if you guys can see them. I don't know if you can. The prong belt, so basically it's going to latch onto the holes into the actual belt. But I've been getting a lot leaner, guys. So as you can see here, these holes are what come standard, and I actually poked more holes. So pretty soon I'm going to be getting a newer belt. I'm going to be showing you a belt right now. I can't fit into it yet, but it was when I was leaner. But this is what I'm using right now, the Valio belt. You can get them on Valio.com, or if you want to go to TigerFitness.com, they sell them for like $7 to $8 when I got them on sale. So invest yourself into a belt, please. Now, if you guys are just wondering what a belt pretty much does, is if you're deadlifting or squatting, it's going to actually maintain your back to actually, because I still rainbow my back even when I'm using a belt. But what this is going to do, you're going to use the belt to brace your abdominal wall again. So what it's going to do, it's actually going to bring your back into more of like a flat arch as opposed to a reverse curve. So I really, guys, recommend, if you are starting off the training, or even if you have been training for a while and you don't believe in belts. I didn't believe in belts either, but guys, I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. Even when I was working at a chiropractic clinic, so I pretty much majored in that shit. So I worked for a chiropractic clinic, and even the chiros even said you always want to use a belt, especially you're going into higher weights. So again, invest yourself into a belt, guys. Now, if you guys have a little bit extra money, this is what is called an Enzer belt. I can't fit into this right now, because this is when I had like a 29 to 30 inch waist. Right now I'm at like a 36. So, but I will get down there, no problem. I'll actually make a video of me first time putting it back on. But this is what's called an Enzer belt, guys. I don't know if you can see it. What this is going to do, it's more of like a lever. It's called a lever belt. Okay. It's much tighter than you can get your regular belt on. So what this is going to do, this has pretty much these 4 holes here, and that's where this Enzer part goes, this lever goes. So this is going to pretty much clamp onto here, and what it's going to do, that's when you actually clamp it onto your, I can't show you because this doesn't fit. So what it's going to do is you're actually going to latch it into right here. So this is how the belt is supposed to go on. You see a lot of power lifters wearing these belts, or definitely Norton wears these belts. A lot of people actually wear these belts a lot. A lot of my buddies are wearing these belts. These are really good. I spent about $80 on this. But guys, it's really good, because it's tighter than a normal belt would be, as you would get your prong belt on. And of course, you're gonna need like screws to actually screw this baby on. And I believe it came with screws when I put it on. And so to get it tighter, you're gonna have to screw it on. So just warning you, a heads up if you get it. But it's called an Enzer belt. If you go to Enzer.com, or if you go to any other bodybuilding.com has these. So If you have a little bit extra money, this is a very, very, very good belt. These two both get the job done, but this is going to be more towards your, more towards like your tighter, much tighter, much tighter grip around your waist, as opposed to this. This still do the job done. So this gets both the job done, and I recommend both of them. If you have an extra money, I do recommend this, but if not, this works just as well, guys. So be sure to have a belt in your bag, okay? Next off, okay, guys, wrist wraps. Wrist wraps, okay? There's two different type of wrist wraps. This is for pretty much a pushing motion, okay? I get the longer ones. This is by Titan, THP. I recommend these because they're very durable. I've had this for about a year and a half now, and they haven't broken once, or they're still super sticky. And also, hold on, where's this part? This part is still, it's not fading off. So Titan makes really, really, really nice wrist wraps. And guys, this pretty much, as per se, if you guys have never used this before, this is pretty much going to wrap around your wrist. Hence, so I get the longer ones because I like a tighter grip, and also there's this little secret I have, and I'll show it on my bench press tutorial video that I use with longer wraps. Now this is what it's going to look like. So when you're putting the bar in your hand, you're pretty much going to be doing a pushing motion. So the heavier weight that it goes, your wrist is going to bend back. Okay, unless you have some pretty strong wrists. I don't have pretty strong wrists at all, and I have actually tiny wrists. What it's going to do is when you're pushing, your wrist is going to stay into play, as opposed to if you're not, your wrist is going to actually bend back. And what that's going to do, I've actually felt a lot of pain right into my shoulder, my elbow. A lot of pain in here. It's more of like an inflammation. I used to have it all the time, but now since I've been wearing a little bit more wraps on the heavier weights, if I'm going over 315, I'm putting these babies on as of right now, of course. But and of course, these are really good. You guys, you don't have to have them, like I said, but I do recommend you buying yourself. These are more on the expensive side. I spent like 20, 25 bucks on these. You can find wrist wraps for like 10 bucks online if you go on Amazon.com or anywhere else. So you just wrap it like this and you store it back in here. You go. Sorry, the camera cut off, guys, but so you just wrap it like that, and pretty much, like I'm saying, just to pretty much sum up that, you get two of them. Get them online for like 10, 15 bucks. These are more like the expensive side. I don't remember. They're probably over 20, but I really recommend you guys having these, especially if you're going into heavy weights, especially if you're a power builder or a power lifter too as well. So next step is your other wrist wraps. I call these, I don't know, wraps, but these are more for like a pulling motion. Okay, you guys have probably seen them. A lot of bodybuilders are actually using them. So what you're gonna do, this is gonna go around your wrist. Okay, I think they're cheap, man. You can go to like Vitamin Shop or GNC, maybe not GNC, but Vitamin Shop, or you can go, yeah, GNC might have them, GNC, or I don't know, there's other ones out there. If you go to bodybuilding.com or whatever. But what this is basically going to do is you're going to wrap this around the bar, and what that's going to do is, see, this one is pretty much holding your grip, not holding your grip, pretty much helping you push so your wrist doesn't bend backwards, okay? And it's going to stabilize your wrist. What this does is it's for more of, I use this towards the end of my workout, especially if I'm doing back, because I hit back pretty hard, okay? The reason why I use these is because over time your forearms are going to give out, unless you've got really strong forearms, and your grip is going to slack a little bit, okay? So what this is going to do is it's going to hold on to the bar, so you're doing more of like this type of motion without pulling the actual bar, okay? And what this actually enables, guys, I'm telling you, I've used these a lot before, especially if I want to feel a good squeeze in my lat pull downs, or even my, my close grip pull downs, or, my T-bar rows, of course. Guys, using these, it's going to activate more, because even if you're doing like a back workout, I'll do that in one of my tutorials too. You don't want to be pulling with your biceps, so you don't want to be pulling with your forearms, okay? Your arms are going to be acting like more of like a hook for the actual lat pull down machine, because most of the time people, a lot of even I did it too, a lot of people did it. I mean, it's not just you guys, but a handful of people, if you're just starting off to lift too, if you know, you want to get a little bit bigger, you want to get more toned down, or you want to have a bigger back, guys, this mistake happens with everybody, okay? With almost everybody. Because what you're going to do is, if you're pulling down, what's going to activate is your biceps and your forearms, okay? Now, over time, it's going to take time that you got to lead with pretty much your elbow. And what your elbow is going to do is pretty much your arms are going to act as if it's a hook. Act like it's a hook for your actual lat. So what you're doing is you're basically trying to pull with your lat, but over time, especially when you're doing pull-ups, it's going to be your biceps. If you see a lot of people doing pull-ups, a lot of people doing this exercise, you see their biceps flaring, they have like this arm pump, they're doing that movement completely wrong. It's not per se that you're not working on your back, but your arms are getting more of the workout. And your arms are a much smaller muscle than your lat. So over time, you're like, oh man, I'm so tired, my arms are dead from doing that back day. Most of the time, you're pretty much hitting your arms. But what I do recommend, guys, especially if you guys are starting off, really use these, because it's not gonna, you're still gonna be using most of your grip, but what this is gonna do is it's gonna act like if it's gonna help you use your arms like a hook. Okay, so I really recommend these rip straps, and they're cheap. These are cheap too. They're going like $5-6. So I use the Gap Performance because I got them for free. So I really recommend them. Okay, so that moves on to wraps. I usually just use a tripod too. This is what I use to film my videos, if you guys are YouTubing, of course. But I use a tripod with me. I just throw it in there, just lock my phone and use it as a tripod. Too as well. Let's see what else I've got. Okay, I'm gonna go over headphones. Guys, I cannot lift without headphones, without music, excuse me. Right now I'm using the wireless Beats, because I hate wires in the gym, especially if you guys are squatting or if you guys are deadlifting, the wire, or even doing any type of workout. The wires will get in the way. So this is just put on your ears, and it's Bluetooth. This is Bluetooth connected. Guys, you don't have to buy these, okay? You don't, because they're like $100, $120. Just use regular iPhone headphones and call it a day, okay? Because of it's a lot of money. I mean, $120 to anybody, it's a lot of money. So back again, guys. Sorry, the goddamn camera keeps cutting out. So what I was getting back to is, you don't have to have headphones, wireless headphones. You can get them for cheaper too if you really need them, but you don't have to buy these if you don't really want to. I personally got them because headphones get annoying after a time, because I've been lifting for 3 or 4 years of just, you know, putting on your headphones, dealing with the wires and all that bullshit. So I mean, as soon as you get these, you don't want to have you don't really want to have like wires anymore. But if you guys can live without these, you don't have to buy them. So that's pretty much. One more thing, sorry, guys, I don't have them with me because I get them at Ironclad. Ironclad has chalk. Most gyms don't have chalk, unless you're going like a barbell compound or a powerhouse. They're gonna have chalk, but guys, I really recommend chalk, or liquid chalk if you don't like the. I just get chalk because it's cheap. Okay, $10 for a big ass box. Okay, get it on tigerfitness.com, bodybuilding.com. Go to FitRx if you're in Illinois. They have shit tons of them, guys. Chalk is key, because of course if you're someone like me, I have sweaty palms like a motherfucker. Okay. And especially when you're working out and you're deadlifting, and the last person like me had sweaty palms, your workout is fucked, because your grip strength, it's going to be all fucked up. Okay, guys, I really recommend chalk, getting it. If I used to put it in my bag until I went to Ironclad. Ironclad has shit tons of chalk everywhere, so chalk is a necessity personally, and it's cheap, so use chalk. Okay. Also, I forgot there's one more thing. Chalk is one of them, and that's pretty much it. Also, now remember, guys, I bring my pre-workouts with me, okay? if you have caffeine pills, if you have, you know, citrulline malate with you, if you have, that's a lot of shit to carry. Then I understand if you're having citrulline malate, and you can't get M3-dimethylamine anymore. Citrulline malate, caffeine pills, if you're taking, because those are what, so pretty much that's about pretty much the components of it, like citrulline malates. I've drawn a blank this morning. Citrulline malate, not M3-dimethylamine, caffeine, and fuck, I forgot the last thing. What's it called? Beta-alanine. Sorry, guys. Beta-alanine. Those are pretty much the three components that a lot of people take. I see a lot of people do citrulline malate and caffeine, or citrulline malate and beta-alanine, because it gives you like pretty much the tingles. I pretty much just recommend. I take pre-workouts because I don't have to mix any of that shit. And when you take a pre-workout, there's different proprietary blends into them, especially if you're taking, like, I mean, some pre-workouts like C4 is a great pre-workout, just the way they put them together. Personally, I like the blends in a lot of pre-workouts because there's different, of course, chemical engineering into them, but that's just me. But usually what I do is I bring my pre-workouts with me and I just take it right to the dome. That's how I've usually done it, and I don't know, I feel like I get it in my body a lot quicker, and that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions on the gym bag, any of my tutorials, my email's at the bottom of the description, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.